YouTube or Twitch, and that is how you will earn your exclusive thumbs up World Finals trophy to flex upon all your friends.
That's what it is all about, actually. As well, there's a lot of flexing to be had by the players. Why not let the fans have something to flex about as well?
Absolutely. I am a big fan of anything, as you know, Trid.
Yes.
Merch related,
Yep.
exclusively related, anything like that. I just love it. I just love it.
Oh yeah, well, when we got a nice little goodie bag from Supercell for being here, and we got a set of pins. Immediately, Ark looked at the winner's pin and was like, "Mine.
Yeah.
I'm wearing that. No one else can. That's mine."
Laying it down from the beginning. Nope, that's fine. First to call it, Trid. You snooze, you lose.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, I had a feeling I could have called it first. You still would have shut me down and just forced your way into having it. Game number 3 for Jupiter, and they finally answered with the mirror. Guido is on to the nanny, playing a lot further up than what we usually see Milcreo do on their attempt.
Okay, trying to go in here to get some damage. There's the Super Totem going down. Guido got some value there, and the Peep coming in. Could connect, but now look at that. Hagego pops his gadget, and they're going to see where Peep is the entire time.
Still going to go on to Ponkots, who didn't have the distance traveled. Hang on, look at this, round the back. Matthias misses it out, goes for the loop, goes for the Super Totem. Smart decision, shut that down, start burning through them, and make Guido play more forward.
9 stars then to Jupiter. I actually got the kill there, but I gotta say they had a much better, more aggressive looking start, but still did not connect. And Peep just, I imagine, saw Marcel, but goes for the shot. Not gonna get the kill, however, and that should allow INTZ to heal up in the meantime then.
Waiting still, that Peep is going to be back online shortly. Marcel under threat will go down, 11 stars to 3. Peep on the hunt is going for the Super Totem, needs to find it. Scouting it out, but it will just end up blowing up terrain, turning circles, not quite as tight as they need them.
Keep coming in again, but again, Hagego pops the gadget. He'll take the forefront knowing that
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Peep probably didn't have enough damage to get him taken down. There was no one really in the close proximity. Made sense.
It's like procrastination. It doesn't fix the issue, it compounds it for a later date. Deal with it sooner, get it out of the way. Milcreo taking out Guido. I'm pretty sure he got the Super Totem in that as well. There's only one left on the... No, there's none left on INTZ. That was all of them gone.
Sock there from Hagego. Gets the takedown of Marcel, and Peep didn't quite connect with Jupiter either. 16 stars, and Hagego again! Oh. 18 stars to 3. Jupiter on fire. Now.
Milcreo can't move. There are traps right next to him on the Super Totem. If he moves, he's going to lose it. Guido doesn't have a Super Totem anymore, has to play further up, but there's 2 seconds remaining. There's a 17, make that a 19-star difference. Jupiter, once again, making this look easy. Take the first set in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah, very, very strong start from them. Got to say, though, statistically, these two teams are very, very closely matched. Both teams qualified 7 times and won 2 monthly finals out of those 7. So, I mean, there's not much really in it in that respect, and both very accomplished. So I imagine we'll see some fights starting to return for INTZ to come.
You'd hope so, because with similar track records within their respective regions, this matchup could be a good litmus test on the relative strength of the regions. That could be a takeaway from this World Finals. How do the regions chalk up against each other?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, INTZ had twice as many points as their biggest rivals in their region, the Red Canids. Yeah, so very, very strong in that respect. But then again, Jupiter had the most points of any team from any region. So
okay, okay, so apples and oranges a bit here, Ark. There's one thing to dominate your region, there's another one to dominate the points overall. Let's take a look at some stats from that previous matchup. Over 100k damage in Jupiter's favor. Triple the stars, 20 kills on their opponents. I mean, if you didn't expect dominance from the gameplay, the numbers say it all.
Yeah, that's a lot of stars. Going in then to Heist, our next game mode. GG Mortuary up next then as well. So definitely very, very different brawler combinations to come. What are you expecting to see?
Ooh, on GG Mortuary, ooh, it's a tough one. Usually, I think that we end up seeing on these gem grab maps a lot of Pam coming into play, a lot of control over the center. Maybe we could see a lot of Bo coming in, potentially some Brock, just want to get some range in there.
Yeah, Brock for me with the new gadget for sure is going to break open some of the walls straight off the bat, and that could be a very strong advantage point. Prior to that gadget, we saw a lot of like Gale coming into the mix with the jump pads to get into position, but I think now that Brock is as strong as he is, very, very good. And Spike as well, yeah, Spike and Brock here for me, a very, very good option to actually no Brock at all. I'm actually very surprised to see that.
No Brock, but they did bring out the Gale to get over the pool of liquid and get into the center to get that early control. That's going to be moving forward and we'll be looking to take out each other's safes. I completely blanked on this one. I thought this was a gem grab arc. Yeah, they're going to get pammed for that center control. No, what am I talking about? It's a heist game mode. They're going to be looking to get that safe damage, and obviously the Gale makes sense with the spring platform, able to get into these fights over the terrain, into the backline as soon as possible. Milcreo by himself just gets absolutely demolished by the Colette.
I gotta say, it's looking a lot better for me from INTZ right now, and they're starting to gain a little bit of momentum here. Getting these takedowns, I think Spike was a really smart brawler to bring into the mix, shutting down Daryl in that respect, and any jump-ins can be pre-anticipated. Milcreo is gonna take a lot of damage there, and no such luck yet again from these pushes from Jupiter. Ponkotsu has super, he'll be looking to get straight on the safe very soon.
Oh yeah, want to charge all the way through there, gonna break through walls, doesn't need to take the spring platform. Has a little bit of HP to get a tiny tick of damage on that safe, but Guido just shredding him on the entry.
That is exactly why I thought Spike was a solid pick, because ultimately to be able to shut things down that quickly, and if Guido can get away from the defensive position, get on the offense, pop a gadget on the Jupiter safe, then that is going to cause a ton of damage. In the meantime, Matthias will pick up a lot of shots just from that range alone.
See how that pans out, but they have to deal with Matthias. Like you said, he's in range, he's in the danger zone of that safe, and it's chipping away constantly, dropping it below 40% now, and Jupiter haven't really had a strong answer. Colette will miss the damage onto Ponkotsu, but Matthias doesn't even seem interested in dealing with these brawlers, he just wants the safe.
Yeah, Marcel as well is doing absolute work on that left-hand side, picking Colette, and yeah, Jupiter for me, just leaving Matthias to be able to do his thing is definitely the wrong way to play this matchup.
The problem with this map in particular, Ark, if you are that tankier brawler, is you've got certain channels you can walk through. You're sitting ducks for the Colette, both in the super and the damage. You're going to get melted when you go through these channels. There's the last call, over the top. The bell has been rung, and that's game number 1 going the way of INTZ.
Great to see INTZ putting up a bit of a fight, and again, dropping some pins, so maybe that wasn't to express any server issues, but they definitely have been known to do it in the past, and actually that's one of my favorite pins, the blue face with the cross. Definitely is a great way to express yourself on the battlefield.
I love that we just saw there a good example of the spring trap being deployed, and immediately there's the last call being dropped on top of it, and then the second you land, you just take all this damage, and there's just nothing you can do about it. You've got to walk away with your tail between your legs, and having your HP melted away.
So Jupiter seemed relatively unscathed, still smiling as a result of that loss, which is unusual to see. So they're obviously in good spirits regardless and looking relatively confident nonetheless. So we'll have to see. I gotta say, I do like what I'm seeing from INTZ. I would quite like them to come back in this set of heist and give Jupiter, who, as we've got to remind ourselves, were in the final last year against Nova Esports and lost. So they have been here before. They have gone to that very end stage. INTZ could be the underdogs here to shut them down.
That would be surprising, because